That it has. And it took off in a big way with, I just finished, Volume F, which despite the header of final volume, is not actually the final volume of there, but it's where a lot of plot happens all at once, and a lot of, like, long-running mysteries the game has been building towards finally kind of pay off. They start explaining more about the setting, and developing the situation in a really interesting way. Like, it would be spoilering to go into a lot of detail, but I was very impressed with what they did with the primary antagonists, and how they tied it back to the overall theme of the game. It's really well done. I didn't expect a game like that to have themes, to be perfectly honest, but it is writing well above its weight class, and it succeeds largely on the strength of being succinct with its writing. It doesn't get wordy with it. I mean, it kind of does to a point, but usually when it comes time for somebody to give their big villain speech, or explain their motivation, or what the point of a scene is supposed to be, it's usually done concisely, and scenes usually don't last all that long. And it makes them feel punchier. It makes the story move quickly from one thing to the next. That's right, yeah. Fate.Go is finally wrapping up its story. Go figure. Man, end of an era. I mean, you know, these things aren't going to run forever. Eventually they run out of stories to tell. And it'll be bittersweet. Like, I'm ready to wrap it up, but I am curious to see what they're going to do for a final act. It's more that I think there is a limit to how far they can push the story before it strains credulity. Like, we've already saved the world once, with a second time in progress. And I guess third time's going to be the charm, and that's going to be the last arch threat that we have to deal with. After a while, they can only maintain a large roster for that long before it becomes difficult before it becomes prohibitively difficult to justify the effort building a scenario around. I completely understand that. As long as I can bring it to a nice, comfortable stop and have a satisfying finish, I'll be happy with it. Oh, don't get me wrong. There will always be room in my heart for more Fate shenanigans. Like, the wackiness of it is part of the charm for me. And I will be down to see what else they do, even as I retain a soft spot for the classics. Yeah, that's understandable. Alright, now there's supposed to be a stash somewhere in here. Is this the bar? Oh yeah, yeah, that's where a lot of the character comes out in the game. Alright, so it's on the edge of town. Yeah, that's where the game is allowed to not be serious and give the characters things to do outside of their usual arcs. Push them out of their comfort zone. And that's part of why I like the Guda Guda event so much, is it takes characters that otherwise would be serious, including one of the best-known warlords in Japanese history, and letting them just be gag characters. Alright, looks like they're up here. Exactly! Peko gets it. There's always fanfiction. Alright. I think I might have to get on top of the building somehow. Is there a way to do that from outside? Ivory gets it.
Ніби давно в зоні, а від викиду й досі трусить.
Let the bounty of Year of the Snake be many and plentiful, let's say.